You seem to have it in for psychology and psychiatry.
On this post of director of processing, I sometimes see the damage that they do. Worse than that, they lie and seek to block the way for real advances. With government support, they are injuring man's future. It makes it harder to pull man out when such criminals have government billions to push him deeper into the mud. And with their emphasis on drugging and punishing people, just makes our job tougher, that's all.
And don't they attack the church?
When you think of what Dianetics and Scientology can do, really help children and people learn, handle drugs, handle crime, save happiness and lives, and all the other things that I see it doing every day, only a raving lunatic would try to harm Dianetics and Scientology, or Scientologists for that matter. They need psychiatric help. That would finish them.
Now that that's out of the way, could you tell us about auditing?
Well, the best way is to experience auditing for oneself. Auditing is for you, and the gains are yours alone. But there is a fair description of it in What is Scientology? And these pages will give you some idea of a few of the ordinary uses of Scientology.
He says ordinary. It's never been done before in the history of man. Now, let's take a look at where professionals are made. Only central organizations have academies of Scientology and issue professional certificates.
Hello.
Hi. Who can enroll upon a professional course?
Anyone who can read and write. There are no outside school prerequisites.
Do these students intend to take up pastoral counseling as a profession?
Some do, but others are getting trained to take advantage of student co-auditing. It's far more economical. It's called the training route. However, most people who take professional training do so in order to handle themselves and others around them better in life. That gentleman is getting trained so he can handle his associates and friends. And that housewife intends to audit her whole family when she gets her certificate. People become auditors for many reasons. Many take it on as their career. But no matter its use, Scientology training enables them to do better in any chosen activity. By the way, have you told them about the films?
No.
Oh, they're great. Ron wrote the scripts. He even directed several of them. Only Academy students get to see them. They make training much faster.
Now that you know professional courses exist for you, I will give you a glimpse of public courses. The Success Through Communication course is the most popular. One learns how to handle others with communication alone. And there are sometimes special courses that can assist one to handle specific areas or problems in his life. The church serves the community in many ways. And there are public activities in which you can participate. When you believe you have a complaint against someone in the org, or another Scientologist, in big orgs, there are public ethics officer services for the ecclesiastical redress of wrongs. It has been confirmed by the courts that civil authority cannot interfere in church disputes. So you'll be happy to know that if you have a problem in Scientology, there is a Scientology justice system available to you where you can resolve it. And most important, there are church services each Sunday.
Mother, take your child, now recognize and volunteer. And let us all go each our separate way, remembering that when we see Celeste again, we have welcomed her this day. Thank you all.
A christening?
Yes, indeed. I married them, you know.
Oh, that's great. Tell me, does anyone have to change their faith to obtain services here?
Oh, no. All denominations are welcome here. The common denominator of all religions is the human spirit, and Scientology can attain the long-sought religious goal of knowing one's potential.
In addition to what we've mentioned, is there any other pastor service these good people should know about?
Well, you might say that I'm a port of last call. When nobody else can handle it, one is always free to bring it to the chaplain. Sometimes, when someone can't afford professional auditing, I can persuade some student auditor to take him on. I also handle human emergencies, and in such matters I can be greatly helped by people who become volunteer ministers. But whatever you do, remember that you're always welcome in Scientology.
Now, you may have some questions concerning the validity and integrity of the organization. Well, no less than the Internal Revenue Service of the United States government conducted a review of Scientology, the most thorough investigation of any church in its history. Over a period of many years, they examined millions of pages of church documents and financial records. They studied every aspect of the religion and its corporate and ecclesiastical structure. And their findings? The IRS determined that Scientology is a bona fide religion, that the churches of Scientology and the related social betterment organizations operate exclusively for religious, charitable, and educational purposes, that they benefit the public rather than the interests of private individuals, and that no part of their income goes to the benefit of any individual or non-charitable entity. It is likely that Scientology was scrutinized more deeply than any other church in history, and it passed that review with flying colors, gaining full religious and charitable recognition. In doing so, the IRS granted the church and all its affiliated organizations full tax exemption. In fact, you'll be happy to know, even your donations are tax deductible, just like every religion. Now that you know the factual and legal standing of the church, you may well ask the question, what are the advantages of Dianetics and Scientology for me? So, let's ask some people.
Scientology did make me feel freer to express myself, but what it really did for me was save my life and made me feel for the first time the best of what I naturally am.
From using Scientology, my perceptions have increased tenfold, which is priceless to me as a photographer.
You know, Scientology changed my life forever. It helped me discover the real me, and it helped me reach my full potential as a musician and an artist.
In medical school, I learned a lot about bodies, but I didn't learn anything about people. With Scientology, I understand my patients, and they get better much faster.
Scientology has helped me gain my own control and my own certainty over life.
Because of Scientology, I've been able to turn a dangerous job into a long and successful career.
Thanks to Scientology, I take tremendous joy in what I do.
With Scientology, I am achieving my goals and making my dreams come true.
Since applying Scientology, I can handle anything in my job.
Scientology totally opened up my ability to create.
Actually, from my first day in Scientology, I stopped fighting life and I started playing with it.
With Scientology, I'm able to push through any barriers I come across on my job or in life.
Once I discovered Scientology, I found for the first time in my life real inner peace and joy.
I can hardly express in words and deeds the tremendous benefits that I've gained with Scientology.
As a kid, I always wanted to be a stunt performer, and Scientology has helped me to make that dream become a reality.
Thanks to Scientology, I'm building drug-free bodies.
Scientology gave me the tools I needed to create my own success and happiness.
Using Scientology, I was able to take a small idea and build it into a national success.
Since I've been in Scientology, I am happier than I can ever remember. And the successes, they just keep happening.
Since Scientology, I can get my own message across when communicating to others.
With Scientology, not only am I better able to help my patients through uncomfortable experiences, I have the ability to help people in all aspects of life.
Scientology has helped me to conquer all the barriers that have gotten in my way.
Now, before Scientology, I was considered very serious. Scientology has made life fun.
With Scientology, you think clearer and react faster. And that has helped me train some of the top racers in the world.
To tell you the honest-to-God truth, without Scientology, I would be dead. So, I can personally highly recommend it.
With the communication skills I've gained in Scientology, I know I can reach any goal I set out to achieve.
Becoming a Scientologist is the best thing I've ever done.
Scientology has increased my ability to help students understand what they study and communicate better. It's made all the difference in the world.
Scientology makes work fun.
Scientology has given me real freedom in my life.
Well, thanks to Scientology, I make the right decisions in business and in my personal life.
It's increased my ability to deal with people, resolve problems, and better serve my clients.
Due to Scientology, I'm in control of my life and